everyone. Welcome. My name is Vanessa. I'm the Undergraduate Recruitment and Programs Advisor in the Edwards School of Business, and I'm excited to welcome you all today to our virtual open house for the U of S and to our presentation on the Edwards School of Business. We are proud to be located here in Saskatoon on Treaty 6 territory in the homeland of the Métis. And it is a beautiful day in Saskatoon. Hopefully it is the same wherever you are. Our main campus, or our main location, is on the main U of S campus in Saskatoon. We do also have our executive education branch, which is located in downtown Saskatoon, but all of our undergraduate programming is on our main campus here. So we in Edwards have been around for some time. The Edwards School of Business was actually founded in 1917, originally as an accounting school. So while we have a very rich history of accounting programming, it is what we are best known for. We have a large variety of things to offer students in our program. We are very proud to be accredited with AACSB. This is an international accreditation for business schools, and it puts us in the top 5% of business schools in the world. And what that means for you as a student is that we are guaranteeing the quality of education that we provide. In order for us to maintain this accreditation, we have to ensure that our faculty, our programming, everything that we offer in the school is meeting a very specific standard. So you can know as a student, if you choose our program, that the quality of education we are providing is excellent. So we have 4 undergraduate programs. All of these are things that you can access as a student. The most notable and the most popular, of course, is the Bachelor of Commerce. That's our degree program, the 4-year degree that we offer. And then we have 3 certificates. So just to highlight the certificates right first, so with our certificate in business and the certificate in entrepreneurship, these are fantastic options if you are looking for a way to get some foundational business knowledge. If you are considering our program coming right out of high school, but maybe you're unsure of doing a whole university degree, or maybe you're not sure about university as a whole, one of these certificates is always a great starting point, especially if or if you're joining the university and maybe in a different program, but you'd like to get some business knowledge, these certificates can be done alongside any university degree. Or if you're already a working professional and you're looking to get another credential or something to increase your current knowledge, these certificates are also a really great option. They are 8 courses. Both certificates are 8 courses, and they can be done in as little as 10 months if you did the program full time, starting in, say, the fall, winter, and then finishing in the spring term. These 8 classes are commerce classes, and all of these classes are part of the Bachelor of Commerce program. So if you did start in one of these certificates and then decided you did actually want to pursue our degree, you could do that very easily. Those 8 classes transfer into the Bachelor of Commerce, and you can continue on the program from there. Like I was saying, this is an excellent opportunity for you to get that foundational business knowledge, get that general knowledge under your belt. You have a better understanding of business from there. We also offer this Aboriginal Business Administration certificate. Now, this certificate is exclusively for Indigenous students. This is a 2-year certificate, and this certificate is set up to be a stepping stone into the Bachelor of Commerce. The 2 years of this certificate are the same as the first 2 years of the Bachelor of Commerce. You're taking exactly the same courses with all of the students who are enrolled in the Bachelor of Commerce program. The difference here is that the students admitted to the ABAC certificate are admitted as a cohort, and they move through the first 2 years of the program with that group of students. You also have the opportunity to connect with our Indigenous Achievement Advisor, currently Carson. Carson is a mentor for the students who are enrolled in the certificate, and he coaches students through the program in those first 2 years to ensure that you are being as successful as possible. From there, once you complete, you do have a business certificate under your belt, or if you'd like to continue into the Bachelor of Commerce, you transfer 2 more years to finish the full degree. Really excellent option. Again, if you're wanting to start in a little bit of a smaller setting while still being in the Bachelor of Commerce programming. So our degree. Now, this is the degree that is what most students are looking for when they come to our program. So the Bachelor of Commerce, BCom, is the name of our degree. It's built like any other university degree, four-year degree, but most of our students are completing the degree in 5 years on average. Some maybe a little bit more, some still finishing within the 4, but typically we see more and more of our students now completing in 5, taking advantage of other things that extend the program, which I'll talk about. The first 2 years of the Bachelor of Commerce are similar across the board. Everyone in the first 2 years are taking basically the same set of classes. You're focusing on the foundations of business. So you'll notice right away in year 1, you're taking the vast majority of commerce classes. You're getting that foundational knowledge. You're already getting into some of the areas of major that we offer that would be an option for you to choose later on. And then a couple elective choices. Year 2, very much the same, but now we're getting more into the specifics of the different areas that we teach in. And you'll notice you're taking these introduction to each of our major area classes. We've set this up this way so that by the time you're in year 2, you're in a position to pick your major. And it's in January of the second year where students pick their majors. So we have 6 areas of major for students to choose from. All of our majors are focused in these kind of specific areas while you're still taking elective courses that allow you to sort of pick and choose things that are unique to you. All of the majors other than management are competitive to get into. The management major is not competitive only because there isn't a seat limit to the number of students that we can allow into the major. The nice thing about the management major, and the reason there isn't a seat limit, is because there's so much flexibility of choice when it comes to the classes you take as part of the major. For management, we tell students if you are interested in a couple different areas, but you can't really pick the one that you want to focus on, and you want to take classes from a variety of them, management is definitely the best choice for that. If you're interested in international business, entrepreneurship, any area that requires you to have a broader knowledge base, then management is definitely where you want to be. In the management major, you are taking courses from all of our different major areas, and you're able to really pick and choose the courses that are of most interest to you and that will be the best benefit to you as you build your program. With all of our other majors, they are competitive to get into. So with the majors, you do have to maintain a certain academic average. Same goes for management as well. You do have to be in good standing to get into the management major. But our other majors, you do have to maintain a little bit of a higher average to be competitive to get in. Your entrance into the major is determined based on your cumulative average from the first year and then the first half of second year. Because again, we're picking our majors in January of second year. So it's basically all the grades you have up until that point. And we focus on different areas. So the accounting major, of course, is our most popular. Very competitive as well. And here we see most of the students who pursue the accounting major are interested in going on into CPA, which is the Chartered Professional Accountant designation. With the CPA designation, we've actually set up our accounting major so that you are fully getting all of the classes that you need to go into CPA once you graduate, and you're able to continue on with the designation process. So we work very closely with CPA to make sure that that's mapped out for our students. Finance major, with finance, if you're interested in basically understanding how your money can make money for you, that's sort of, the heart of the finance major. We have a variety of courses in the major that we're very excited about, always growing in popularity as well. With HR, this is the people side of business. So here, if maybe, the numbers inside of the technical stuff is maybe not your thing, but you still have this interest in business, human resources is critical to the success of any business. At the heart of all of businesses are its people. And in order for business to do well, the people that work there, that are employed there, have to be doing well as well. And if you are interested in things like recruitment or things like conflict resolution, those sorts of things. Human resources is a great fit in that sense. Marketing is also very popular. The way we approach our marketing major, though, is much more a high-level focus. So with our marketing major, you're learning more about understanding why people make the purchasing decisions they do. How can you influence that as a marketer? What's important in the marketplace to position your product, whatever it is it might be, in such a way that it's going to be and perform as successful as possible. So it's much more than just, advertising or those sorts of things. You'll certainly learn a lot about that, but it's much more in depth as far as why people make the decisions they do in the market. And then supply chain management. So supply chain management, if you are very detail focused, detail oriented, everything in its place and everything has its place, then supply chain management may be for you. The simplest way to describe supply chain is if you have an industry with a very large production line, so like a car manufacturer with a large production line, a supply chain manager would come in and look at every stage of that production line and see, is everything performing as efficiently as it can, as well as it can, so that you're producing the best product possible in the least amount of time possible. And that can be applied to any industry. It doesn't just have to be, a concrete sort of production line. It could be in any sort of industry. So really growing a market for supply chain managers, and we see a lot of students choosing that major more and more each year. Once you've chosen your major, then you spend the next couple of years of the program focusing on courses in that major. We do have some core requirements that you still take. So we require law, ethics, Indigenous business in Canada. And then you would see you're taking the bulk of your major specific classes in years 3 and 4 or more of the program. So it allows you to really get into those areas specifically. So additional exciting opportunities for our program. So not only are you joining the program and studying in these different areas, be it the certificate or the Bachelor of Commerce, there's a lot of different things that you can do to make the program unique to you. One of the things that we offer that is unique to a lot of business schools is the Rawlinson Center for Indigenous Business Students. The center is a space, a dedicated space in our building, located on the main floor in our office wing, dedicated to students, and it provides additional scholarship and award opportunities, professional development funding, but mostly gives students just a place to gather and to feel a part of the community, meet other students. It's a beautiful, just renovated space, really lovely study space as well. And we're excited for students to be back on campus, to be taking advantage of the space again. One option for students who are in the Bachelor of Commerce, if you are considering law eventually, we do offer an option where you can do both the Bachelor of Commerce and the JD. So the JD is the Juris Doctor. This is the law degree that our College of Law here at the U of S offers. So in partnership with them, you can actually do both degrees in 6 years instead of 7. So typically the Bachelor of Commerce is 4 years, then law is additional 3 years on top of that. But what we are able to do is set up the Bachelor of Commerce in such a way that you can complete it in 3 years, move on into law, and do your next 3 years there. If you are interested in this, please reach out to us. It can get a little complicated, but we're happy to give you more details either at our booth later, or you can always send us an email and we're happy to chat about it as well. As well, for students in the Bachelor of Commerce, we have our co-op. So co-op is an 8-month work placement that you would do in your 3rd year of the Bachelor of Commerce. So you apply for co-op in your 2nd year at the same time that you're applying for your major. You apply for co-op at the same time you're applying for your major because we want your co-op placement to be directly related to the major that you're in. The co-op is meant for you to get work experience in your area, your major area of study, so that you have an understanding of what it is to work in that industry, to do that sort of job, so that you know, oh, is this really what you want to be doing? So you apply in January of your second year when you're applying for your major, find out if you get into co-op, and you would go out to work in January of your third year. You work from January to the end of August, and you come back to school in September. During those 8 months, it's fully paid. You can be working almost anywhere. The majority of our students are in Saskatoon or in Saskatchewan. We do send students into Alberta, BC, Manitoba, across Canada, and we have had some international placements as well. But the co-op option is a fantastic opportunity for students. It really allows you to get that hands-on practical work experience, and we highly recommend it. Experiential learning is something that we are very proud of and we take very seriously. It's incorporated into all of our classes. And this class, or these two classes, is actually a perfect example of that. So the Dombrowski Student Managed Portfolio Trust is part of COMS 371 and 471. So these two classes are actually part of our finance major, but anyone could do 371 as part of their program, with regardless of what major you're in. With this course, so it started in 2007, 2008, with a very generous donation from the Dombrowskis. Of their larger donation, $300,000 was allocated to the creation of this course. And as part of this course, the students in that very first year took that money and invested in real time in the stock market. And each year, the students who are enrolled in these courses continue to invest that money in the stock market in real time. So you're actually learning how to make investment decisions, purchasing, selling, diversifying the portfolio, all under the close supervision of the instructor for the course. But the students are the ones making these investment decisions. And now, after about 10 plus years, the portfolio is now valued over $4 million. And that is entirely because of the success of what the students have done and what they're learning. We do hear that the students in this course, when they have consultants come in to give them some training and information, we always hear that this portfolio performs as well, if not better, than a professionally managed portfolio. So it is an incredible hands-on learning experience. And then we also have brand new, the Gordon Rawlinson Finance and Trading Room. And this room it's a dedicated classroom. Mostly, it's outfitted fully with Bloomberg financial terminals. And these terminals are not only for students who are in the finance program, but for any student who wants to do the Bloomberg market certification, you can do that just by virtue of being an Edwards student. It's an additional certification that you can do, facilitated by the school, and it gives you a nice sort of add-on to your resume. And it is a beautiful space. If you are planning on visiting us or coming to campus, it's a really incredible space to look at. So for admission, the admission application is open. It was open as of the beginning of October. And so if you are interested in applying, you can do that now. The deadline for early admission is December 1, but we do accept applications all the way up until May 1. Our target admission average for this year is a 75%, and that is based on 5 classes. So your admission average is not your overall grade 12 average. It's a 5-grade average. We take the best math, the best English, and 3 other subjects. We do highly recommend, though, that you come out of high school with some sort of calculus-based math. For those students in Saskatchewan, that would be pre-calculus 30, though foundations of math 30 is just fine. But for anyone from elsewhere, we do strongly recommend that you come into our program with some sort of calculus-based math. You can be admitted without it, but the students who have it coming out of high school do significantly better in our first-year math course if they have that class upon entry. So something to consider if you are applying to our program. Now, for those students who are maybe unsure or want to maybe get a head start, we do offer an online early start program. It is COM 101, which is Introduction to Business. This course is offered online and is available for students in their grade 12 year. If you are a student in Saskatchewan, you can also get dual credit. This is only available for high school students in Saskatchewan, but anyone can enroll in the class. The dual credit For students in Saskatchewan, it would be Introduction to Business 30L, which can be used as a grade 12 credit. But for anyone who completes the class during high school, it is a university level class. It's Com 101 is one of our first year required courses, and it is a university level class. So even if you decide not to pursue business or join Edwards after you complete or finish high school, because it's still a university level class, it can be used as an elective for just about any other program that you choose. And we are always wanting to speak to students. So if you have questions or you want more information, or you just want to hear a little bit more about what it is to be an Edwards student and figure out what life is like here, we encourage you to reach out to our students. We have a chat page that you can find more information. You can see the students, our student ambassadors that are available there for you to chat to. We're going to have more student ambassadors joining in the next week. So definitely check it out, connect with our students, read about their stories in our blog and blog posts, and we're more than happy to connect with you at any time. So, and here's our contact information. And I think we've got a few minutes left. So there is one question I want to make sure we get to. So what happens if after 3 years become JD, they decide against law? So with this, so it allows us to set up the Bachelor of Commerce in a way that you can apply to law. You still have to go through the same application process, of course. And if you aren't admitted during your third year of the Bachelor of Commerce, that's just fine. You can still finish the Bachelor of Commerce and either apply for law again later, or if you've changed your mind, that's okay too. So it doesn't, it's not a barrier at all. It doesn't stop anything, doesn't close any doors. It just allows us to set up the Bachelor of Commerce in such a way to make that opportunity available to you. Are there any other questions? Maybe while you're thinking about it, I'll just highlight our contact information here. We're very active on social media, so please make sure you give us a follow, especially on Instagram, growing on TikTok as well. But we're always happy to speak to and see students all the time. You can call us, email. We're doing all of our appointments virtually right now. So if you are a prospective student who wants to chat with one of the advisors in our office, that could be me or anyone else on the team here, feel free to give us a call or send us an email and set up an appointment. And we're happy to chat with you, either over the phone or sort of virtually. We're using WebEx right now. And then the link at the bottom of the screen, I do want to highlight as well, we have a brand new virtual tour. So for anyone who hasn't been on our campus before, hasn't been in Edwards, it's specific to Edwards, this tour, and you want to see the space, then please check out the tour. You can do a guided tour, or you can click around the building and see what's available. And you can actually step into the new finance and trading lab, which is kind of a neat feature. Another question, what is considered a fine art? So a fine art class, when it comes to the admission calculation, would be anything like an art, like a drawing, art, painting. If you have like a drama class, theater, a choir, band, those are considered fine art subject areas. You can actually find from the admission website a breakdown of the different categories of the different subject areas that fit into each category. So I definitely encourage you to check out the admissions website for that information. Great. Are there any other questions? Okay, well, while you're going around today, we are available at our booth. So myself, as well as Braden is one of our student ambassadors. He's also a co-op student who is working in our office right now. So if you have questions about co-op, that experience, what it's like, definitely encourage you to visit us at the booth. You can chat with Braden specifically to get his take on what it's like to be a current student. But if you have any questions, we will be available at the booth throughout the day. Happy to chat with you. How many people are usually in a business class? So our average class size is somewhere between like 45 and 60 is the typical range for our class sizes. In the first year, The largest class that we offer is Com 101. There's 170 in that class, but after first year, we don't have any classes that are that size after that. Average of the small end, 45, the large end, about 60, 75. Why University of Saskatchewan for finance? I think our finance program within the Bachelor of Commerce is really great because we have so many experiential learning opportunities. We have faculty who are research in finance as well. We offer a master's of science in finance. And so we have some faculty who are incredibly knowledgeable. So if you're interested in getting into that industry, we have incredible professionals that you would be learning from. Co-op for BCom JD. So technically speaking, no, because if you are setting up to do the BCom JD, you wouldn't be doing co-op. If you apply to law and don't get in and then are going to finish the BCom, there is a possibility you could do co-op. But when it comes to co-op or the combined, it's one or the other as far as paths are concerned. But we would also discuss that in more detail. Are the business 10-month certificates jam-packed? No, they're not really. So it's 8 courses. So typically what you would do 3 in the fall term, 3 in the winter term, and then the last 2 classes in the spring term. So while you are still considered a full-time student for the duration, it is actually a very manageable course load. We have some students that are working while they do it. So it's not a super jam-packed schedule at all. Can exchange students take all classes? Yes and no. When it comes to exchange, we work very closely with the home institution where that student is from to make sure that the classes you're enrolled in are usable for credit at your home institution. So generally speaking, yes, you could take just about anything, but we want to make sure that they are usable for credit for you at your home institution. And we have one of our advisors that works specifically on that with you. Does U of S prepare students for CFA? Yes, we do. So we are given advanced standing for students for the CFA program. So if you complete the Bachelor of Commerce with the major in finance, you are granted this advanced standing, which puts you in a category where you do still have to write the exam, of course, but gives you some of the accreditation that you need along that path. So there is definitely more detailed information about it on our website. And if you come to the booth, I can send that link to you. Okay, I think that's our time. But thanks so much, everyone. And if you do have any more questions, please come to the booth. Everything is virtual today. So is there also an open house on the campus? No, everything is virtual. None of this is happening in person today. It's a virtual booth. So you should be able to find it in this virtual platform today. And you can visit our virtual booth, and that's where Braden and I will be to answer your questions. Okay. Well, thanks very much, everyone. And please come and chat with us at the booth, and we'll be happy to chat with you. Okay. Thanks very much. Bye for now. Hello, how is everyone doing? Welcome. My name is Vanessa. I'm the Undergraduate Recruitment and Programs Advisor here in the Edwards School of Business, and excited to welcome you all today to our University of Saskatchewan open house and to our Edwards presentation. So coming to you today from our main campus location in Saskatoon on Treaty 6 territory in the homeland of the Métis. It is a beautiful day here today, and I hope it is the same wherever it is you are. And so a little bit about Edwards. I'm going to cover a brief overview of our programming, what you can expect, and the things that you can do as an Edwards student. We have been around for quite some time. Edwards was actually first established in 1917 as an accounting school. We began as the only accounting school in Canada and have definitely evolved from there. So while counting is definitely a rich part of our history and something we are still very well known for, we do a lot more today. Something that we are currently very proud of is our accreditation with AACSB. So this is an international accreditation for business schools. And what it means for you as a student is that we are guaranteeing the quality of education that we provide. So when you choose our program, you can know that in order for us to maintain this accreditation, we have to ensure that the quality of our teaching, the content of our programming, all meets a very high standard. And this standard puts us actually in the top 5% of business schools in the world. So it's something we are very, very proud of. Now, with our programming, so when you attend university for the first time, you're what we call an undergraduate student. And as an undergraduate student, you are typically pursuing either a bachelor's degree or a certificate. We offer one degree, so that's the Bachelor of Commerce, and 3 certificate options for students. Before we get into the degree, which is what most people are coming to Edwards for, we want to touch a little bit on our certificates. So we have, first of our certificates are Certificate in Business and Certificate in Entrepreneurship. Both of these certificates are excellent ways to get some really great foundational knowledge in business. These certificates are both 8 classes in length and can be completed in as little as 10 months if done full time. So if you were starting in the fall term, you would do fall, winter, and then finish in the spring. These 8 classes are commerce classes, and they are classes that are all included as part of the Bachelor of Commerce. So for students who are maybe unsure about university, don't really know what they want to do, if you're looking for just some general business knowledge, or if you're pursuing a different degree at the U of S and want some business knowledge to complement that, these certificates are a fantastic option. If you did decide to pursue the Bachelor of Commerce after, all 8 classes transfer fully into the Bachelor of Commerce and you're able to complete the degree. Really great way to get that foundational business knowledge. We also offer our Aboriginal Business Administration certificate. And this certificate is exclusively for Indigenous students. This is a 2-year certificate, and it's built to be a stepping stone into the Bachelor of Commerce. The 2 years of this certificate are exactly the same 2 years as the first 2 years of the Bachelor of Commerce. You're taking the same courses with all other business students. The difference here is that the students admitted to ABAC are admitted as a cohort. And you're taking some additional learning success classes as a cohort to make sure that you're going to be as successful as possible. You also get the benefit of working with our Indigenous Achievement Advisor, who is a mentor for the students in this program and is there as a resource to ensure that you continue to do well. After the 2 years of this certificate, you do have a certificate at that point. You could stop. The most of our students, though, are moving on into the Bachelor of Commerce, additional 2 years to finish out the rest of the degree. Really excellent option as that stepping stone. So the Bachelor of Commerce. This is our degree program. It is direct entry, so you can come into the Bachelor of Commerce directly out of high school. And it is built like any other 4-year undergraduate degree, though we see the majority of our students completing the degree in a minimum of 5 years. They're taking advantage of things that will extend the length of the program, but you still can complete it in 4 years if you're interested. The first 2 years of the Bachelor of Commerce are essentially the same for everyone, regardless of what path you end up choosing. in the first 2 years, you're really focusing on laying the foundation of your business knowledge. In year 1, you're getting some of that more general skills out of the way, getting that understanding, laying that foundation that you need. You'll notice the majority are right away commerce classes. There are a couple elective choices for you. But the majority of what you're doing are commerce related courses. Then in the second year, we take that one step further. Now you're taking a few more of those introductory classes to each of the areas of major that we offer. And the reason that we set it up this way is that so by the time you reach January of your second year, you've completed these intro to major classes so that you're ready to pick your major. And it's in January of the second year when students pick majors. So we have 6 areas of major for students to choose from. Of our majors, all but management are competitive to get into. Now, the reason a management major isn't competitive is because there isn't a seat limit for the number of students we can admit to that major. And the reason for that is because there is such a great flexibility in the classes that you can choose to take for the major. With the management major, we usually tell students if you're interested in international business, entrepreneurship, if you have a variety of interests and you can't really narrow down to just one, the management major is the best option because it allows you to take courses from all of the different areas of major that we offer and really tailor the program to what it is you're specifically interested in. So you're able to get the knowledge that is the most meaningful for you. Now, outside of the management major, our 5 other majors are competitive. Now, with these majors, they're competitive because there's a limited number of seats available in each one. The accounting major is, of course, our most popular. With accounting, we work very closely with CPA, the Chartered Professional Accountant designation, so that the classes you need as a requirement for CPA, you are completing during our program. Once you graduate with your Bachelor of Commerce in accounting, you're able to move on directly into CPA and pursue that designation. Lots of great opportunities for our accounting graduates, whether you pursue CPA or not, though the majority usually do. Next, we have our finance major. Finance is all about learning about money, how money can make money for you, essentially. And we have really great researchers who work in our finance department. We also offer a Master's of Science in Finance. So the level of knowledge that we have in this program is incredible. A lot of our experiential learning courses are included here, investment management and those sorts of things. So if you're interested in understanding a little bit more about investing, analysis, financial advising, as well as venture capitalism, really great option for you. Human resources is the people side of business. So if you're interested in business, but maybe not in the technical side of things, human resources is essential. Every business is made up of people, and a business is typically only as successful as the people who are working for it. You want to make sure that the people who are working for you and with you are happy and enjoy being there. And human resources plays a critical role in that. You can do things like recruitment, hiring, as well as conflict resolution. So lots of different areas to get involved in when it comes to HR. Marketing. So with our marketing major, very popular as well. With our marketing major, though, we're focusing a little bit beyond simply just, advertising and graphics and that sort of thing. What we're really focusing on is why people make the purchasing decisions they do and how you can influence that as a marketer. How do you position your product in the market in such a way that it's getting noticed, people are interested, and it's attracting buyers? So it's a much more high-level way of thinking about marketing. And then supply chain management. So supply chain management, if you are very detail-oriented, making sure everything is in its place, supply chain management could be for you. One of the simplest ways to describe supply chain management is if you have an industry that has a really detailed production line, say a car manufacturer, huge production line with a lot of different pieces that go into that. A supply chain manager would come in and look at each step along that production line, seeing what's happening at each stage. Are there changes that could be made to increase efficiency, to increase the quality of the product? Because at the end of the day, what you want is the best product possible in the least amount of time. So a supply chain manager can do that in any industry. It doesn't just have to be a production line. They can go into any company and assess how are things performing, how are things being produced, and what kinds of recommendations can be made so that can happen more efficiently. And again, in any industry. Lots of demand increasing for supply chain management. So this area of major is growing for us all the time. Once you pick your major in your second year, then you spend the next couple of years of the program really focusing on your areas of major. We do still have some core requirements that you would take in your third year and fourth year and beyond, but you're mostly focusing on your area of major, really getting into the courses that are required as part of each major, making sure that you're completing all of those requirements. Now, along with our Bachelor of Commerce and your courses and your major and choosing all of those things, there's a lot of different opportunities that we have that really make your time with us unique to you and to your Edwards experience. We have first the Rawlinson Center for Indigenous Business Students. This is one of the only dedicated student spaces in a business school in Canada that is dedicated for our Indigenous students. It's an open space that anyone can come and take advantage of. It's a beautiful study area. It's recently renovated, located on our main campus here in Saskatoon, on the main level of the Edwards School of Business. And it's a welcoming space for students to come, study, eat lunch, feel as if you're part of the Edwards community and our larger family here at the U of S. Lots of additional supports in scholarships and professional development funding, as well as tutor funding. Really excellent opportunity as a support for our students. For anyone who is interested in eventually maybe pursuing law, we do also offer a combined BCom JD. So the BCom's our degree, the Bachelor of Commerce, and the JD is the Juris Doctor. This is the law degree that's offered by the College of Law here at the U of S. And in partnership with them, we are able to offer an opportunity for students to set up the Bachelor of Commerce to be completed in 3 years, so that then you could move on into law sooner, do the 3 years of law, and complete both degrees in 6 years instead of 7. It doesn't guarantee you entrance into law school. It's more just a pathway to set up so that you can have both degrees in a shorter length of time. But if you do have any specific questions about this option, please come and chat with us later. We're more than happy to answer them for you. And our co-op option. So this is for students in the Bachelor of Commerce. And co-op is an 8-month work placement that you would do in your third year of the Bachelor of Commerce. Now, you apply for co-op at the same time that you're applying for your major in January of second year. And the reason for this is that we want your co-op placement to be directly related to your major area of study. We want this work experience that you get to be in your area so that you have an understanding of what it is to work in that industry, to do those sorts of jobs, so that you know if that's where you want to spend your career. It's an excellent opportunity to get that hands-on work experience and start building that professional network. You would start work in January of your third year, work from January to the end of August, and you would return to school in September. Excellent opportunity for students, highly recommend. And the majority of students who pursue our co-op option have jobs lined up even before they graduate, because not only do you have some incredible work experience, but you've already begun to build that professional network. Highly recommend this option for students. Experiential learning, not only when it comes to co-op, but in the classroom is very important to us. We have a large number of our courses that include some sort of hands-on learning and component. This course, though, the Dombrowski Student Managed Portfolio Trust, is a prime example of that. So this trust is tied to 2 of our courses, COM 371 and 471, and began about 10 years ago now in by a donation from the Dombrowskis. So as part of a larger donation, $300,000 was allocated to the creation of these 2 courses. And the students who were registered in this course in that first offering took that money and invested it in the stock market in real time, of course, under the close supervision of their instructor. And over the years, the students continued to make the investment decisions for the portfolio. They learned what it is to invest in the stock market in real time, making decisions about the portfolio, how to invest, when to sell, the diversification, and all of the details that go along with that. Since then, and as of right now, the portfolio is now valued over $4 million. And that is exclusively to the benefit of the students who have made all of the decisions to grow the portfolio over the years. It's an incredible learning opportunity and a way to learn in real time. We always hear from professionals in the industry who come in to consult with the class that this portfolio performs as well, if not better, than a professionally managed portfolio. So it is an incredibly valuable learning experience for students. Then we also have brand new in our building right now, the Gordon Rawlinson Finance and Trading Room. This room is a newly renovated classroom, and it is now outfitted exclusively with Bloomberg financial terminals. Now, not only is that a great benefit to students who are in the finance major, but for all Edwards students, because you can do a Bloomberg market certification. This is a certification that you can do outside of class time, and it's available to all Edwards students. It's a great way to boost your resume, get some other, practical skills in the industry. And it is a really beautiful space to take a class in. If you do have at any point opportunity to come and visit our campus, visit Edwards, it's definitely a beautiful feature of the space. And it's one of the first rooms you see when you come right into the building. So a little bit about our admission information. So the admission application is open now. We don't do admission specifically in Edwards. Admission is done centrally for the whole university. So if you do have questions about your application or the admission process, we do want you to contact the admissions office directly. The website's just at the bottom here. You can find their contact information as well as the admission application. So the application is open now. Our final deadline is May 1. The early admission deadline, though, is December 1st. But the sooner you apply, the sooner you'll find out if you've been admitted. Our target average for this year is a 75% for students who are joining us directly from high school. And this average is not your overall grade 12 average. It is a 5-grade average. So we take your best math, your best English, and 3 other subjects. As far as math is concerned, we do strongly recommend that you have a calculus-based math coming out of high school. For students in Saskatchewan, that would be pre-calculus 30 is the preferred math that we would want you to have. Foundations of Math 30 is just fine as well, though. Or if you don't have a math class that you can take in high school, you can be admitted without it. You would have to take a replacement class in your first year, though, to clear that deficiency. But we do strongly recommend the pre-calculus or some sort of calculus-based math because we do require a calculus class in the first year of our program. And the students who have that knowledge coming out of high school do significantly better in that first year math class than typically other students might. So definitely something you can consider if you are applying to our program and looking at the different classes that you're going to take in your grade 12 year. As well, when it comes to the social science category for that last option, if you have any business-related classes in your high school, so things like accounting, finance, entrepreneurship, personal finance, anything that has a business focus, these are courses that can be included in our admission average. If there are some of your higher grades, they would be counted in that social science category. When admissions is calculating your admission average, looking at these 5 grades, they always do this calculation in your favor. So you don't have to worry about making sure that certain grades are being picked. They will look at your overall transcript and do the calculation in your favor and do it multiple times once all of your final grades have been submitted. So for anyone who is currently in grade 12, we have a really excellent option for you. If you are thinking you may be interested in studying business, or you're not too sure what you're interested in doing yet, but you have some space in your grade 12 schedule, this is an excellent opportunity for you. So this is our early start program. It is an online class that you can do in your grade 12 year, and it is COM 101, which is Introduction to Business. Anyone can enroll in this early start class. Unique, though, for students in Saskatchewan. If you're a grade 12 student currently in Saskatchewan, you could take this class and actually get dual credit for it. So you get credit for COM 101, which is one of our first year required classes, and Introduction to Business 30L, which you can use as a grade 12 elective. Now the dual credit is only available for students in Saskatchewan, but anyone can take advantage of the early start class that you could do in your grade 12 year because it is an online class. Now, if you are unsure, it's a great way to get a feel for what it is to study business at Edwards. All of our classes are taught in a very similar way, in person or online. And if you do decide to come to Edwards, that's great. It's one of our classes. It's one less class you have to take in first year. But if you decide to go anywhere else or pursue a different degree at the U of S, it's still a university level class. So you can use it for credit in just about any other program you choose. Great information on our website, as well as the application to apply for that program. If you're currently in grade 12 and would like to do this class next semester, the deadline to apply is December 1, and definitely encourage you to look into that if you're interested. Now, we are always more than happy to speak to students. So if at any point, if you are wanting to know more about our program, want to know more about what it is like to be an Edwards student, to study in our program, or just get more information, we have an excellent way that you can chat with us. You can visit the website and sign up. You can chat with current student ambassadors, as well as some staff, and we're more than happy to take your questions at any time. So please reach out to us. It's a great way to meet some current students and learn a little bit more about their experience. And we're going to have more of our student ambassadors joining throughout the next week. So keep checking back to learn more about them and the different ways that you can get involved as a student as well. And finally, here's our contact information. So we are always happy to speak with students. If you are currently in high school and want to set up an appointment to chat with either myself or one of the other academic advisors on our team, please give us a call or send us an email, and we are happy to book that appointment for you. Please make sure you follow us on our social media. We are super active on our socials, especially on Instagram. It's a great way to sort of get a peek behind the curtain and see what life is currently like at Edwards. So definitely encourage you to sign up for that. We're always doing giveaways and stuff too that anyone is eligible for. And for anyone who maybe hasn't been to our campus yet, or to Edwards specifically, we have a brand new virtual tour that you can go through as well. So the link for the tour is at the bottom. This tour, it can be guided, or you can just click around the building and see different things. You can actually walk into the trading lab and see what that looks like, to stand in the middle. Really cool way to see our building if you haven't seen it before. So we've got a couple questions and a few more minutes to answer them. If you do have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat and we'll answer them in the next 5 or so minutes. So there's a question, what's the name of that class? Which class specifically? If you're talking about the finance class, that was the Dombrowski Student Managed Portfolio Trust, or the Student Managed Portfolio Trust. The course number is Commerce 371 or 471. If you have a more specific class that you were wanting to know about, please let me know. For the online courses, do you have to be in Saskatchewan to take it? So yes and no. When it comes to online courses, there's two different styles of an online course. There's a course that's being taught remotely, so it is being taught online, but with a remote class, a class that's being taught remotely, there is a meeting time listed for that class. So there is an expectation that you have to be online at a specific day and time, and that day and time is local to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. If it's a web-based class, which is also taught online, a web-based class does not have specific meeting times. So then there's no expectation of being online at a specific time. So if you weren't local in Saskatchewan, a web-based class you could do from a distance, but there aren't very many of those. Our program is an in-person program. And while we are offering some things remotely in an effort to, still keep our program running during this weird time, ultimately our program is an in-person program, so you would have to be here eventually. The last class that we talked about, the grade 12 one. So that's Com 101, Introduction to Business 30. It's our early start class. So the website is just edwards.usas.ca/online. That's that information. Actually, I'll put that back up on the screen here. So just the website that's at the bottom here, edwards.usas.ca/online for that class. So is it possible to major and minor, for example, major in management? No, actually. So with the Bachelor of Commerce, we only have space for the 6 majors that I listed and there is only one minor available. So the only minor we have available is international business. The international business minor can be done with any of our major options, but otherwise there's no other minor options available. Is there any way to do investment banking? Yes, that would be part of our finance major. You would learn a little bit about that as part of the finance major, probably some other details around that as well. We don't have anything specifically called investment banking, but you would certainly learn about all those aspects in the finance major. Yeah. Any other questions before we wrap up here? I'll just put our contact information back up on the screen here for you. So if you do have any questions or want to reach out to us, you certainly can. Highly recommend that you reach out to us at any point. We're always happy to talk to students. So feel free to reach out to us if you have questions. We are also available throughout the day here at our virtual booth. So if you have more specific questions about our program, want to see some of our brochures or videos, please come and connect with us. Myself and Braden, who is one of our current students, he's also a co-op student working in our office currently. He's available at the booth as well. So if you'd like to know a little bit about co-op and what that means, then we are more than happy to chat with you. For the grade 12 class, do you need to be in high school in Saskatchewan? No, you don't. You only have to be in Saskatchewan to get the dual credit, but anyone could do that early start class in their grade 12 year. Great. Okay, well, thanks so much again, everyone. We are at 3 o'clock right now, so hopefully if you have other presentations you're going to or other things that you're visiting throughout our open house today, please come and see us at our virtual booth, and we're happy to chat with you. But thanks so much.